Let's go ahead and get this rolling. I think we're all set. I'm just making sure everything is piping out. Because,
Yep.
here we go.
Whenever you're ready, man.
Are we good? Okay. All right. Welcome back, everyone, to Tuesday Tezday. Today is our open community call, which means we're keeping things relaxed and giving the stage to anyone that wants to share. I've got a few headlines to start things off. Then we'll open the floor for project updates, questions, or anything people want to talk through. If you're working on something and want to talk about it, this is your moment. If you're just here to listen, that's good too. Let's get settled and get things rolling. Before we get started, let's take a look at some news and updates. For our first story, Tezos Commons published the October edition of the Community Rewards Program. This is the monthly roundup where 5,000 Tez is handed out to people who actually move things forward across the community. The piece walks through how the program works now, including the reminder that nominations are judged on what someone did that month, not on simple name recognition. They also pointed out that the nomination form on tezoscommons.org is down to just 3 questions. And they're still collecting posts that mention Tezos CRP on Discord, Reddit, and X. The article goes through all the October winners across every category. So if you want the full set of names or you're checking to see who got recognized in your area of the community, the full list is on news.tezoscommons.org. And since November has already started, nominations for this month are open. If someone's done real work and deserves a nod, now is the time to submit it. Also, a quick reminder, your rewards, they've been sent to your X-handle-based wallet through Kukai. Our second story today is less about price and more about protection. Kryptonio put together a wallet health check on Spotlight, walking through simple habits that keep your Tez and tokens safe over the long haul. He covers things like actually testing your seed phrase backup, cleaning up old DApp permissions on Etherlink, and splitting your funds across hot, warm, and cold wallets so one mistake doesn't nuke everything. If you haven't looked at your setup in a while, this one's worth a read. If you're trying to keep up with everything happening on Tezos, the baking sheet makes it easy. It's a short weekly email that covers the biggest project updates and community moves. No filler, just what's worth knowing. You can sign up at bakingsheet.tezoscommons.org. And a quick heads up about the Tezos Community Rewards Program. Nominations for this month are open, and here's how to make them count. You've got 2 options. First, go to tezoscommons.org/rewards and fill out the short form. Second, post on social media using Tezos CRP. That's the tag we track. Just CRP won't work. If you're tagging someone's post, that's all you need to do. But if you're making your own post, like a list of names, be sure to add a quick note about what each person did. That context helps us properly review each nomination. So again, use the form or tag hashtag TezosCRP with your reason. That's how we make sure recognition goes to real contributions, not just popularity. All right, that covers the news for this week. Let's shift into the community call. If you've got something you're building, testing, or exploring, raise your hand and we'll bring you up. This is the part of the show where the room fills in the rest. So take the mic whenever you're ready. Kryptonio, greetings, salutations, good evening. How the heck are you?
Hello. I'm doing great, man. What about you?
I'm
How's your
doing
day so
well.
far?
My day has been very laid back, just tweaking tech stuff, playing video games, mainly playing video games, and not accomplishing
Ooh.
much. But I shouldn't probably admit that, even though this is all recorded.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, you have the Thanksgiving holidays coming up over there as well, right?
Yes. Now I live far from my family. We have friends like in the area. We had a friendsgiving this weekend, so like this week is more of a chill at home. The kids have like taken over parts of the house, and I'm hiding. And so I'm in the back corner. I'm pretending like they're at school right now, but yeah, everything's fine. Everything's great. We're very thankful. How about you? Like, I know you guys don't have a Thanksgiving. Do you have anything going on this week, or is it just normal every day?
Just a normal week. Yeah, just a normal week.
Okay,
Nothing
so nothing
out
special.
of
We
the
won't
ordinary.
dwell on my
I don't know.
specialness. That's an American trait. We like to say we're special, and you should focus on my special. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Anyway, just want
So,
to say hello, NYKY, welcome.
Yes, thank you, thank you. Good to be here.
hey, yo.
How are you doing this Tuesday evening?
I'm doing well, thank you. Just chilling, relaxing. Have a neighbor popped in for a quick reefer. We'll be smoking that up, and
Get on
yeah,
the level.
that's it. I had a phenomenal day. Started around 10 o'clock Eastern, and the meetings have just finished in Discord. This is for NYKYDKN, a collective which I run under the name of Toback, which is my real family name backwards. Yeah, it's good to be here. It's good to be here. I'm just going to go with the flow, and I'll definitely introduce myself a little more in a second.
Sweet. Appreciate you being up here, my man. Well, welcome. Now,
By the way,
I
I just saw that more CRP winners joined down in the audience, and I want to repeat that the CRP rewards are being sent to your Kukai wallet, the one that is derived from your X account. So just log into your Kukai wallet with your X account, and you'll find the funds there. Just wanted to clarify that.
And if
Oh, sorry there, Blanks.
go ahead, NY. Go ahead.
Yeah, if you want to fill me in on this, I'm very new here to Tezos Commons. I've been here since 2018, creating digital assets or NFTs, but I'm yet to have heard of Tezos Commons. I have around 257, that would be being precise, items on Tezos's object.com. So it's good to be here.
Well, thank you for joining us. Tezos Commons is I guess you could say we're a content mill for Tezos. We generate a lot of written content. We do a lot of spaces. We do some video stuff on YouTube, podcasts, that kind of fun stuff. But we've been how long have we been active, Kryptonio? I know we were active before you came along, and same with me.
Yeah, that's probably 2018 or so, I think. Yeah, I joined in 2020 Tezos, so before that.
It's technically the longest. I mean, I think it is still the longest entity outside the Tezos Foundation that's been around.
Yep.
Wow. Well, I definitely want to dabble into some of this exposure you guys are getting out here. I think everyone can definitely feel that. Sorry, I'm French Canadian foremost. I sometimes translate, but the truth is I was putting in the filter into the joint, so it was taking some of my multitasking levels out of hand. I forgot where I was going with that. Let's go smoke some more. Keep it up.
Welcome. Yes, we are here. We do news. We highlight artists. We have a space actually on Fridays. I think you would love. It's a little bit earlier than this one, but it's called Artsy Fridays. You should check it out. It's hosted by my boy in the audience named Yoshi.
Very nice, very nice. Yoshi, good to see you. I will give you a follow, and we'll open up those notifications. Should get me there.
Yeah, brother. Yosh is very active. He's a very passionate artist. He's a great writer. He's a good guy. Definitely follow that guy.
Phenomenal. I definitely am looking for writers to possibly sometimes look into the collaboration artworks that we do at NYK and maybe come up with some creative writing for some of the artworks. We can always integrate an extra percentage for creative outlets in the collaboration.
Pretty fancy. Why don't you go into a little bit about what you do, my man? I mean, let's talk about it. Why not?
Yeah, for sure. I'm a French Canadian, British raised mixed media artist. I've been awarded as Toback So Cool in last year's Web3 Artists Awards. They were running their first season there. It was a beautiful 8 to 10 hour space on X. We were dancing in the metaverse at the same time, and just highlighting the richness of the different cultures and arts which we present out here. This year again, NYK, my artworks, and the collective's artworks in collaboration are being nominated, and I believe the fields are digital AI innovations and digital mixed media and AI innovations. So like this artwork up here, for example, in my PFP is a showcase of ink drawing in the geometry you see there, just carefully placed over some AI art. The final results I usually output is 8K, 300 DPI, so that you can have a file ready to print. PNG is a given format for most of my images. Moving towards ordinals and testing the technology out there, see if I can hit a different movement. I've done Tezos, I've done Stacks back in the day. I've moved to base Ethereum. Ethereum was the original one. Some of us may know of Maker's Place. Rest in peace, Maker's Place. They shut down Boutique, but have left their artworks along with the big sea of open seas and those that know how to do on-chain movement. You can always move those around. I'm looking for a possible bridge somewhere. Might head into something Monero. Put that into a Russian doll, put my ETH contracts in a Russian doll, whether it be base or ETH base. Put them in the ERC 6551s and then move them all somewhere a little more private and just stacking for generational wealth. I have fashion wear that I'm working on currently. This fashion wear is going to be released in kimonos. Let me light my joint again.
That go out, man.
No, it went out. That means the conversation's good. Thank you all for having ears. I see the space is filling. It's better than people leaving while you speak. Some of us will be offended by that. Some of us will say thank you. It's filtering out who needs to listen. I don't know anyone in this space at all. I have no clue how I landed. I'm happy.
I'm glad you showed up, man. Thank you for joining. Definitely.
Yeah. And I'm closing out. I'll close out with I'm working on the marketing campaign and development aspect of with developers on getting the publicity out there for my art, for our art down at NYKYDKN. No kidding. We're gonna be pushing that commercial out there into the web browsers, into the TVs, into the radios, and we're all going to monetize from it with non-monetary coins, which we can all collect more things, which intrinsically has value, because we all value our time, we all value our attention. So why not watch my kimono, my leggings, my dresses, the collective's dresses, kimonos, and leggings, all print types, whether it be a shower curtain, a tote bag, or a cushion. We'll be able to see these in our publicities that we get monetized for watching, creating more publicity and more need for the things we want in our life, and is to be encircled, I'm trying to speak French here, encerclé de nos œuvres d'art, to be twilled up with our kimonos and silks and leggings and cushions and shower curtains. Like, why not change a shower curtain every other week because it's dirty and it's your own artwork or the collective's artwork or your friend's artwork, daughter's artwork. I'm not going to list every kind of relations we have out there, but thank you very much.
Hey, well, thanks for coming up, man. Do you have anything you can pin for us up at the top? Anything we can kind of get into? before we
Yeah,
release you from
100%.
obligation?
100%, and I'm ready to continue talking all day with you guys.
Actually, I wanted to ask you, did you try only Object on Tezos? Have you checked out any other platforms like Theia or maybe the Zero Unbound, which is
Yeah,
fully
no,
on-chain?
I'm not on any other platform for Tezos. I usually await onboarding by someone. It's been something of mine that I've very much held dear to. I usually wait for onboarding of sorts to pull me up into a platform, so I get all the information. I apologize about my recent media. It's been very lazy. I've been away for a year. I can showcase. I'm looking for one which would be well presented and lead you all into the object sphere. I did digital fashion under when art has a voice. This is 1 second. Here we go. And I think this profile can post. So there we go. Coming up to the top. And I like to, a little puff from the joint. I like to present poetry at the same time as I do this. So this is Symphony of Triad. It was done in collaboration under NYKYDKN with Must Be and Time, two Turkish artists some of you may know. And I'll go into the poem, which is spoken out of my remembrance of the poem in 3 puffs. 1, 2, 3. You can all look up at the Jumbotron, enjoy the artwork, expand it, save it, mix it, rewind it. Poem in 3, 2, 1. It once began with the story of birth. Sorry. It once here we go. I need a sip. That was one too many. All right, 3, 2, 1. It once began with a story of birth, a bang that created a perception of stories, for no one made me do this but my self-thoughts. Through the flow of my soul's true story, encrypted and decrypted by the powers given to me, they made her do it. I may say, take a look through the glass, or take a brick out the wall, and build a keyhole for a family crew of true truths grown up on screws-ups for deceptions of citations is a celebration of liberation. Say what's to say, for we're all animals, no one made us be it. Complain and flip out, and never forget, there ain't a game or a gain to it. For we speak a liberation of sensations, just the real DNA, simplicity of flows and cycles. Breathe. Carry on. Blood and air shall flow as the rivers and oceans fill without plan A or B. Sleep, dream, eat, be at one. Tobacco cool. One energy, one world, one soul. The whole collective DNA of our ancestors' true origins. Origins. Origins.
I'm clapping. That was me
I
clapping.
hope, I hope you were clapping, because otherwise I'm uncertain.
Well, if your head went there, I'm sorry, but yeah, I was clapping. That was still quiet clap. I didn't want to use the sound box, because it never sounds good.
No, soundbox is like I'm like, oh, that kills the mood.
Yeah, no, that's terrible. Oh, we have Rubus. Hello, Rubus. Welcome to the smoky performance. Oh, maybe she just wanted to come up. Oh, there she is.
Sorry. I don't know how to top that, but
that's tough. That was a good
great.
one, right? But you're up.
Yeah, it was. Anyway, I was in one of your spaces. I couldn't speak at the moment, and I just wanted to say shout out for creating a raffle, a Tezday raffle. You said you didn't try out any other platform, but you did Tezday raffles, and I'm super happy about it because it's a project I like a lot, and many more people should use it in Tezos. So
Oh, yeah, I
shout out
see.
to
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, they were asking about object, and I've expanded. Yes, you're 100% right. I'm trying to, I've been around forever and I've done spaces for a long time. And there's such an engaging way to be able to give back to the community. And it's simple. You make, let's say, 111 tickets on TZ raffles. They're all $1. That's 1,111. Sorry, that's 111 Tezos that you have. So you can easily throw back 70%, 50%, if not even 100% of that Tezos into the prize pool. This simple system, and they get an artwork. So with my 250 artworks that I have right now available, some are in duplicates, editions. There's no reason I can't be giving my art and time into creating a space. If people here obviously are aware of Tezos, why shouldn't I start one now? At least I know Oro will buy a ticket if it's for one Tezos, possibly. I could be wrong, but at least I know she's aware of the project and would be willing to push forward with these TZ raffles, .fun projects. So that is, thank you for looking over my profile.
I really wish more people would use it because even aside the raffles, they have Dropbox, and they also did previously artists box, like the first PFP collection from Skulls Degen were available only through 3Z raffles. Terra also minted this collection there, so it's a great possibility for other artists and projects. So thank you for noticing it and promoting it with also a giveaway for a free raffle ticket. So it's really, really cool. And welcome to Tezos. If you need help onboarding, you can join the Tezos community. It's a community project, and we like to help everyone out. Most of the people here are our members, so I think it's a good representation of the community, and everyone here in Tezos is very helpful. So all need your help, you can find it there. And yeah.
Yes, please, please. I'm very forgetful by times, or attention driven as well. I work long hours, and definitely just anything sent in my direction. My DMs are open. This is the collective account. I have the Toback account, which I can also bring in here, and we can get you through the private and hidden element of Toback, which is my personal now account with a little bit bigger following. The Web3 Artists Awards are right around the corner. Some artists of you in this space, some of you may be nominators or nominees. Oro, I know I've heard your voice somewhere. I'm getting a feeling you're German. Might I be wrong?
That's a new. No, I'm Portuguese.
Oh, Portuguese. Okay, that's cool. Well, you'll then by all means probably be very interested in my fashion wear, which I'll be releasing, which I am releasing, and there's many ways I can incorporate artist collaborations from Tezos across the wealth management systems, which my developers are building alongside my implementation research documentation. So.
I do like collaborations more than fashion, to be honest. But well, yeah, I'll keep an eye on.
Sorry. Yes. Yeah. Sorry. Continue.
But I'll sure to keep an eye on. I just wanted to. That's why I requested to speak, because although we don't celebrate Thanksgiving here, we are already preparing the jolly season. So the whole month of December will be dedicated to a Christmas mood. And speaking of Dizzy Raffles, I don't know if you remember, they had a channel where you could roll a dice, and the person that wins selects the next number, and the one rolling it wins the prize. So we wanted to do some sort of advent calendar, but we didn't want to go through the shenanigans of doing it on chain or on the website. So we wanted something simpler. And OPEC did a bot for us. It's a rolling dice. So you can, starting on December 1st until the 24th,
Can I just
we
interrupt you
will,
real quick and say OPEC
yeah, sorry.
is so awesome. Everything that he does. I mean, Opeculiar, if you guys don't know who he is this powerhouse behind the scenes, pushing out all these tools and fun things for us to do and use. And the dude is it shuts out a passion. But anyway, I love him and I love you. Thank you. Keep going.
I feel you. I love him too. um, is MB here on Discord, web event? So on X, sorry, he's correcting me. Yeah, him and Skulls, they are also the other guardians at TTC, and they are always building stuff for many projects. And the ones they do for TTC, they are all open source, and many of the others too. But you can find them on TTC's GitHub. We have right now 3 bots that you can use on any server. And this one will be sort of an advent calendar. So we'll have 24 artists with 24 artworks, one artwork each day. You just need to go onto Discord and roll the dice on any channel you want. And the number of the day is the number of the day. So on day 1, the first person to roll 1 wins that prize, and so on. If the prize doesn't go out on that day, it's still on the prize pool. So you can draw number 2 on the 5th day, for example. As long as you're the first, you're the one winning the prize. So I just wanted to say that. And also that I already agreed with Rick. And the December Artist Week will be the second week of December. So we will host our last artist space this year on the 11th, and you are all welcome to join us and talk about your art and anything that you want to talk about. And I especially would like to hear about Juniper because I saw she finally mint out Sutu, the cat, and she says a lot of stuff going on. I just sent you a few recommendations with lovely cats and funny stuff for you to collect. And I hope you all have a great week because we are doing collage week and we still have a lot of collages and a lot of fun to give out this week, namely with another bot that Skulls did. It's called Name That Artist, and it's really fun because it reads directly from our collection on objects. So all the artworks that we collect or that are donated to TTC can be used in the game. And all you need to do is guess who the artist behind the art is and win a prize if you win more points. So thank you for the time. We hope to see you on Discord to have some fun with us. And happy Thanksgiving for those who are celebrating it.
Man, that sounds like some amazing updates. Thank you. Thank you. You guys over at TTC are always busy. You guys always have something going on. And it's fun, too. It honors the community and it honors the people who are involved. So I love it. Thank you. Well,
for us, it's like,
yeah.
I just wanted to thank the community because it's all possible because of all of you. It's like a circular thing, like all the things we get, like there's a CRP that are the community that nominates us. We use that money to buy arts, and we use that art to promote the artists and to give prizes to the community bonding events we try to do every week because we believe that the art should be shared, but we can always have fun with each other playing for art. A couple of weeks ago, they all got into a discussion with a guy that came up for our poker games the first time, and he was complaining about the prizes, and we were like, well, you can have fun and win free art from amazing artists on Tezos. So what's to complain? That's basically what we try to do, like give back everything that the community gives to TTC, and that's what we've been trying to do for the past 3 years. So thank you all for being with us in this awesome journey.
Which cat is meowing?
Yeah, which one is that?
I believe it's Alvita. Alvita is it's usually the one that you hear on Spaces because, like I've said before, she's blind, she's almost deaf, so she's very vocal and she needs to eat special food, so it's different from the others and it's not available. So when she's angry, she comes to us and she screams a lot like, feed me. So yeah, that's why.
Well, that's love right there, for sure. Well, if you're just joining us, you're in the right place. Tuesday, Tezday, community call ongoing. Hands up if you want to jump in. Well, did anybody see Etherlink's new update name? Because I saw it and I misread it, and I really felt stupid after.
How do you pronounce that?
I have no idea, but I didn't see an F. I saw a T.
What? Oh man,
I'm sorry.
Alright.
It just did.
It
That's where
should
my
be-
brain went. I'm a child. I'm sorry.
it should be something like Farfadet.
I don't know. Here, you know what? I think if
Let's spin it up. Let's spin it
yeah,
up. First
pin
of
it,
all.
and let's talk about how it's supposed to be said. Because I don't.
All right, there we go. Just sent it to the bubble.
I don't know.
It will show up.
It's French, right?
Farfadet. I have no clue, bro.
I think it's French.
First, I will Google. Google will know.
Farfadet.
Well,
Farfadet.
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 Could be
Mm.
French, yeah.
Farfadet. Farfadet. Okay, let's see.
I think
I've heard it in many other languages, though.
could be, huh? That's true.
Because support for the
Portuguese, it would
Osaka...
be- in
Support for
Portuguese,
the
it would be-
Osaka... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
In Portuguese, it will be Farfadet.
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 Farfadet are creatures
Yeah.
of French folklore. So yeah. Like,
But then you see it's in support of Fusaka Hard Fork.
yeah, that's about the for the EVM version, basically, of the Saga Hard Fork. Because the Etherlink is like the EVM layer of Tezos, so any updates that go out into the EVM world, they try, to include and incorporate whatever is useful and makes sense.
And why? Do you know about Etherlink? Do you know what that is?
No, that was my roll-up question.
Sure. So Etherlink is actually it's an enshrined optimistic rollup built on Tezos. So
That's Chinese.
The normal words for you say you've been in the area, so I would figure you understand what I'm saying. But in general, it just means that it's built into Tezos. It's an L2 and it's EVM compatible. So all of your contracts that would normally run on, say, Ethereum or any other EVM compatible network, you just switch basically your network input, and you can switch over to Tezos and run it on very low, almost free fees. But you're running with Tezos security on the Tezos chain.
Can I switch? So let's say they're in collaboration, because I have a collection that's currently on Base ETH, and one of the artists has lost his seed phrase. Now, that would be a donation into the ether for them to sell. If I were to bridge them across, or...
Well, you would deploy them on Etherlink, if that makes sense. It wouldn't be like a bridge. You would take your contracts, and then instead of deploying them on, say, Base or whatever, you would be deploying them on Etherlink.
Okay, so it's not... I can't take a contract that's currently existing.
Well, you can take that, but it won't necessarily like it. It will run that same contract, but not in their environment and our environment. Does that make sense?
Okay. So then what happens to the prior contract?
It's still there. It still exists. I'm just saying we
Oh.
have an EVM compatible environment now. So say you have something fancy you wanted to do on another network, but you like Tezos. A lot of people have difficulty building on the L1. They have difficulty because Mickelson's a very interesting language. There aren't very many people who are experts at it at this point. And we have conversions, we have compilers, but in general, it's been very difficult to sort of, I don't know. It's been difficult for the developers to basically move environments. So, I mean, you can take ideas that exist in Ethereum and they didn't quite work for the Tezos L1, if that makes sense. But now we
All right.
have.
So let's say I want to utilize a token bound account from ERC 7 from an ERC 721 upgraded into a 6551. I could then Russian doll multiple assets together and some tokens into it. Let's say some towback into the backpackable NFT.
The tokens and the assets that are on another network, they are on the other network. You would have to bridge them. The whole point of the Etherlink is that it is an EVM layer. Basically, the contract, the smart contracts that you can deploy on Ethereum, on Base, on Arbitrum, on any other EVM chains. You can also deploy them on Etherlink. And as a user, Netralink, you use your EVM wallets like Rabi wallet, your MetaMask, you know, you don't have to use the Tezos native wallets there. Also, you could, like some of them.
Temple is definitely.
Yeah.
And so what is what are the benefits then if
the main thing is that it is super fast, first of all, sub-second, you know, latency, and it's basically very low fees. It has already a growing DeFi ecosystem, and it's mostly for the people that I would say that are used to the EVM world, you know, and they want a fast network, a scalable network to deploy their contracts for whatever reason on EVM. Now you can do it on Tezos as well through Etherlink. Before that, you could only deploy in languages native to Tezos, different language programming languages, if that makes sense.
see, I can't even hit my mute button anymore. I realized I have gotten low on food, and so I will instantly cook and be right back with you all.
Sure. It will be a good time to go over to Juniper.
Juniper,
Hey
welcome.
everybody, this is Hello Carmelo, Juniper's dad.
Juniper, your voice got really deep.
Oh, hello. Yeah.
They grow up so fast.
Juniper is out of town until tomorrow, but I do have lots of updates to share for her art world. And I did want to mention, to me, one of the cool things about Etherlink, as far as I know and I understand, is that it's like the only decentralized EVM L2, right? Or maybe kind of, or am I mistaken there? Or?
No, you're not mistaken. I'm not sure if it is the only one, but it definitely is a decentralized EVM because the L2s, most of them, as far as I know, are centralized to when it comes to the bridging aspect, that they are not enshrined. So they have, you know, centralized sequencers with centralized bridging, with multi-sigs and
right.
other technical stuff. But yeah, you're right on that. But as an EVM, some people might compare it to Ethereum itself. That's why I didn't mention.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Okay. Well, anyway, yes, I want to share a few updates for Juniper. We got lots of fun, exciting things. First one is that we made her a collector today, and I allocated 50 Tez for her to pick out some cool artwork that she loves. And I guess tomorrow when she gets home, we'll go through all the responses and let her buy some artwork that she thinks is cool. So if anybody's interested in sharing that thread or adding some art to it, go ahead. These things are all posted towards the top of Juniper's page. If you guys want to find any of them, they're all like right at the top. Let's see. The second one is she has recently released a new collection of artworks called Elemental Wolves. And these are some of her first digital drawings she's done. She's done some in the past, but this is one of the first collections that's all digital. Mostly she likes to work on paper. And they're basically, let's see, they're wolf kings and queens from different clans meet up every 2 full moons and share news and frolic. That is the description. And there are 8 wolves total. And if you collect them all, we will send you a cool little animation of them frolicking. The third super exciting thing that I just started working on in the last week or so, and I'm like blown away with the possibilities, is we are fully immersed in working on Juniper's Little Sushi video game, which we are going to deploy on Etherlink is the plan. And it's going to use her El Sushi token as the in-game currency. And if you own any of her 3,333 little sushi plates that are on Etherlink, that will offer you in-game perks. So you will start off with more El Sushi and some other perks in the game. And then in addition to that, we're kind of like really trying to blow this game up and explore all the possibilities of like using AI and vibe coding and incorporating NFTs and her token and creating a whole little like meme video game for her. All the portraits that she created for Little Sushi. So she created, Master Chef Salamander, for those that don't know, started this metaverse sushi restaurant called Little Sushi. That was her meme. And then he hired Juniper to create portraits of all the customers that were coming in. And so she already has like 20 or 30 customers. And our plan, our hope, our goal is to like incorporate all those as customers in the video game and her artwork. And then each customer, we're hoping we can like attach to an LLM and give it a personality and favorite types of fish and everything. And so in the game, the goal, and I know these are very high goals for somebody who doesn't know a lot about coding, but I'm ambitious and I'm pretty blown away with the tools that I've already played with. So so each character will have like its own personality, and you can interact with her artwork characters in the game, and like if you have fun conversations or remember what they like, they'll leave you nice big fat tips at the end of their meal. And so the goal of the game is basically to build a successful sushi restaurant empire. You will have like a limited time, and you will have opportunities to go buy fish and rice and supplies at the market, or you can go play a little mini game and go fishing for your own fish. But you don't want to buy or catch too much fish because it might spoil. You have to serve it before it spoils. Lots of fun little dynamics that we're incorporating. Sutu the cat, as Rubus mentioned, that was an open edition that we did for the last, I think it was Object for Object. And Sutu got great response, and we sold 100 copies of it. They weren't very expensive, but the story is that Sutu went from a server to now he's getting a chance to become a sushi chef in the restaurant, and Sutu will also be one of the main characters in the video game. And let's see, I'm gonna finish off rounding out this description because it's all kind of fresh in my head. Let's see, it's the game is inspired by like the old lemonade stand game that some of us might have played. I know I did growing up, and also Farmville. And we're going to try and make it so people can like visit each other's sushi restaurants and sign the guest book. And we're really hoping that people can like decorate their own sushi restaurants with decor, maybe bringing in their own NFTs or like more artwork that Juniper creates. It's a big, huge, ambitious project, and I have never done anything like this. But if you look at Juniper's page, you can see that I don't like in 15 minutes, I was able to vibe code this like super rudimentary. Obviously, it's nothing close to what I just described, but considering it only took 15 minutes, it really got me inspired to work my butt off at this for the next few months and see what I can make. anybody who has any like input or offerings to help me with this journey, us with this journey of like learning how to vibe code and play with it, very open to suggestions and collaborations and any input. But yeah, that is kind of what we're working on right now, and much love to
Which,
go ahead.
first of all, thank you so much for sharing everything. I did pin two tweets up there. I think it's the right one. The one was from you about Little Shush Tycoon. But I wanted to ask you, like, which tools have you used to vibe code?
You know, it was interesting. I started off just using Grok in X, and found that it was extremely helpful for me to like design and come up with all those ideas that I just had, and even came up with some like tokenomics to make sure that we don't run out of El Sushi and that the treasury of the game kind of grows over time, and kind of things that were hard for me to think about. But Grok did not, man, like the actual coding that Grok was offering was, I guess it's called hallucinating. I don't know. It wasn't working at all. And uh, it was very frustrating. And it kept on saying like, oh, here's this thing that works. Oh, sorry, it doesn't work. Here's a new one that works. Oh, sorry, that doesn't work either. And yeah, got kind of frustrated. I then went to, let's see, Replit. And in Replit, I was able to create a small little app game kind of thing that slightly worked in not very much time, in like 20 minutes.
We're talking about web applications right now, right? Like web versions, not mobile apps or anything, right?
Yes, for now, just web applications. My goal with the game is definitely to host it and to offer mobile apps and everything. So yeah, where I'm working on right now is called Rosebud.ai, and I'm very impressed with it. There's tons of other people making games. It's actually directly created just for game developers. So it's really focused on game development, and there's kind of a clear path to start in Rosebud AI and then transfer all your code over to Unity eventually, and build the final version in Unity. And so yes, the little game, you can, I think there's a link on Juniper's page up there. It's a rosebud.ai link. Yeah, that was created in literally like 10 or 15 minutes of just kind of describing this idea, and it popped it all out, and it works. And it's not that fun of a game, of course, but like the fact that it works, I was just, yeah, super inspired and excited to figure this all out. And yeah, I mean, on a expanding on that thought, it's just like the last few days, I don't know. I'm not really a proponent of like AI long term, thinking it's going to help the world with the current mentality of like most people. I often talk to people. It's kind of like it'll either lead to Terminator or Star Trek, and right now it seems like it's leading towards Terminator. but I do see that within that there's like it seems like it's really getting to the point now. Like, God, I don't know. I remember 3 years ago at Thanksgiving talking to my family and being like, wow, AI is doing all this stuff. And now it's like, holy moly. I feel like in the next 12 months, like the rate at which this is all expanding is mind blowing. And I feel like every week or two, there's new developments and new apps. And I
also think that the capabilities that are enabled through AI have not been discovered yet for what we have available right now. You know what I mean? Like it's progressing much faster than we can keep up with what we can do with it.
Absolutely. I was looking at all the different apps and protocols and they all have their kind of like paid tiers and everything, and a lot of them are saying like, oh yeah, you can get a good deal if you sign up for a year. And I'm just like, wow, man, give it 1 month and there's going to be a better one.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to sign up for any of these for a year. Yeah. We did actually, we did apply for Rosebud has a cool little sponsorship program. And so we put in last night a very thorough application with all the details we just gave you, in which they will give people a free pro tier account. And so I'm really hoping that they like our idea and that will give us some support to make this happen, because otherwise I'll just be kind of bouncing around until I can raise funds for it and find time to do it. But it's
is it with credits or how does it work?
Yeah, they had the free tier. I basically it was 8,000 credits, and I used it all just to make that little game. So it's going to take like
Gotcha.
a
Yeah.
lot more credits to do something more ambitious. Their pro tier has endless credits, and but it's
Ooh.
not cheap. I think it's over $100 a month or something.
Oh, okay.
But it's pretty amazing. I will say, like, if I,
No,
it's something that once I play around with it more and actually have
I
more.
totally get it. I totally get it, and I want to say that as well. That I checked. I don't know if you're familiar with Lovable. Lovable.dev is another AI tool that lets you create web apps, even mobile apps. You can create with it. It's for programming, and it's much more user friendly than Cursor, for example, which is you need to have some sort of technical knowledge and stuff.
Right.
And they have like the same tiers, like a free tier where you have some credits, and then you have a pro tier, then you have like a business tier or whatever.
Right.
And I was watching at some of the projects that were created with it, and I was thinking like, if you hire a developer team to create you an application, a mobile application, especially if you want it both on iOS and Android, right? You would pay a few $1,000s at least.
Exactly.
And they created it by spending, I don't know, like $200 or $300 max, right? It's
Exactly.
crazy. It's crazy.
I mean, I was talking to my brother. My older brother used to be very into tech, and he just recently got back into it. He has not gotten into blockchain stuff at all, and I've been trying over the years, but he's just in his own world doing his own thing. He bought a internet marketing business, but it's not directed towards like online companies. It's directed towards local service businesses, like plumbers and local construction workers, electricians, and basically the business that he runs is to help them optimize their websites. And I was just talking to him about what he was doing and seeing how maybe the stuff I'm doing with Juniper we could tie it in, and he was saying like basically he creates websites and helps optimize them for Google searches and everything. And he said for the design work, he pays $5,000 to $10,000 for the website design. And I'm like, yeah, exactly. I'm
Wow.
like, looking at the Nano Banana Pro examples that I was, that just came out a few days ago, and I'm like, I think there's a window here, basically, before everyone, like you said, people just don't even know what's possible right now, and it's evolving so fast. But I think there's a window before everyone catches up, where it's like, yes, but the design companies that are doing this for 5 or 10 grand are probably making a lot of extra money because they're now using AI to help them with a lot of stuff that took a lot longer before. Um,
Yeah, well, to be fair, those designer teams also offer you some sort of peace of mind, let's say, that that they did everything right. There are no, like, they look into security as well and stuff like that. With AI, you can never be sure unless you have some human eye, I think, to check it. You know what I mean?
Totally, yes. And going back to Juniper's game, I've had multiple friends ask like, "Oh, how do you know it's not going to get like hacked or something?" And certainly, before releasing any game, we would get it peer reviewed by somebody who actually knows code. And
Yeah.
and to add on to what you said with all these design teams, I don't want to take away that many of these people have years and years of experience understanding what they're actually trying to get anyway. And so I think having an eye for design will certainly help if you're using AI tools rather than just telling AI to do it for you, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think the point we both are trying to make here is that in the past, if you had an idea for a mobile application, you would need a lot of money to even start and create an MVP to see if it even is worth, right?
Totally.
But now, even if you don't have all that money, you can still do it and see if it catches on. Then absolutely, it makes sense to hire a developer team if it catches on and you see that it is selling and it is being used. You can later on bring in a designer team and a developer team to make sure that your app is, the integrity is there and everything. So, but
Absolutely.
it
Yeah,
became possible now.
I really feel like these next 12 months are going to get pretty wild with, I mean, this next while, it's just, yeah, it's improving. So it's scaling and changing so dramatically. And, it's, we'll see where we're at in a few months. But anyway, I don't want to take up all the time, and I want to give other people a chance to speak. But happy to answer any more questions or thoughts. I really appreciate. Hey, I don't know, NYKYDKN. That was cool listening to you and your poetry. I really like that. So thank you. That was a nice little like pause in my day. And yeah, much love to the Tezos fam. I'm excited about all the things to come. And I guess while I have the stage, I'll share one more little thing. I'm for me, it's like I'm looking at. I don't have the money, but I'm dreaming of like buying property locally and starting a Tezos community center, community bakery type thing. And I'm thinking in the back of my head of how it all can happen. I see these like pictures of Tezos community events, and it's just super inspiring. And I really love our international kind of like community that we have fostered, and so excited for where it can all go.
I really wish you get there, man. You make it happen. But I mean, like to get local property and stuff. But if you're interested into making an event over there, and you have other Tezonians close by and everything, we could totally get in touch and see if we can make it happen. If we can,
Yeah, well, definitely. It's all in good time, and everything takes a lot of time to do it right. But yes,
absolutely,
I really appreciate you guys, Tezos Commons and Tezos Community. Both of you guys are amazing, cool, fun, very supportive organizations. That to me is like, yeah, that you guys help hold the Tezos community together and keep us all abreast of what's happening with one another. So. With that, I will move on and keep on working and doing my thing, but I will keep on listening. And yeah, thank you all.
Welcome to everyone who just dropped in. We're keeping things open today. If you have an update or a question, feel free to request the mic. This is a community call. Thanks for coming up. Hello, Carmelo. Appreciate you, man. I mean, Juniper with the deep voice. Appreciate you. Sounds like you have decided to do a lot. And what's interesting, sir, is it's usually that decision that separates the people who accomplish it from those who never accomplish anything. You're 90% of the way there, buddy. So now it's just some hard work, and you get to see what a decision turns into. Good job, man. Proud of you. Well, everybody, this is Tuesday Tezday. We are here to celebrate you, but also to remember that there are things going on in the community. Like there's this great interview with Arthur. If you haven't caught it, it's actually pretty good. The host gets Arthur talking a little bit about his past. It's one of his more relatable interviews. It's pretty good. So if you get a chance, maybe check it out. It's a good interview.
We should gain it as well so people know what we're talking about, right?
Maybe. I mean, that's up to you.
Yeah,
I'm bad at that stuff.
To be fair, I only watched like 3/4 of the interview. Then I had to start the space, but I will finish it after the space for sure.
Well, for your first 3/4, what did you think?
It was good. It was good. I mean, in the first half, the interviewer started talking about Bitcoin first and the Taproot BSD for guys and stuff. Yeah, so it's the second half that they start talking about the plans of Tezos and the Tezos X and everything. So, yeah.
And I love how he handled one of those questions so well. I haven't really heard that opinion. I'm not aware of that opinion, but here's mine.
Yeah.
It was good. It was
good. Or when he was saying that the industry right now has far more block space than demand, which is true, right? And true. That this means that eventually, the transactions, the cost of transactions could go to zero. So because it is based on demands, but you could take it to zero. And the interviewer says okay, yeah, wonderful. And he was like, no, that's not wonderful. Calling him out. Why, it's not wonderful.
He goes, "Oh no, this guy doesn't know."
Anyway,
It's tough to talk to Arthur just because he is so dang smart, you know.
yeah.
And I think people forget that when they're talking to him, and they're trying to validate their thoughts, and he's genuinely thinking about everything they're saying.
Yep.
It's awkward.
We also had the Tallinn announcement injected. The proposal was
Oh, it's been
injected, right?
injected.
Yes, sir. It's being voted on.
So what? We're 2
I
votes away
should.
from adoption.
We're still in the proposal period, so we have 4 more periods. If it gets voted in and everything, it should land somewhere around mid to late January to be
Wow.
activated on the chain. Yeah.
That's wild to think about. I still can't believe that we push these things out almost 3 times a year.
Yeah. I mean, all this time that the proposal is going on, before it gets injected through the governance process, um, the devs are already working on the next one and so on. So they never stop.
Is it like PlayStation 7?
What do you mean?
Well, they're always working like 4 or 5 generations ahead. So like the PS5 was done when the PS4 released, like that sort of thinking, because they have to develop on those platforms for multiple years. They pay studios to only develop for that unit, and of course the studio has to pay
Okay.
like an ungodly amount to get a.
But I can't believe that they are not doing, some small iterations. Like they cannot have it ready, like
Oh, they've
finished,
got.
right?
I bet you they have a PS6, they have a PS7, and probably a PS8 prototype.
Prototypes. Yeah, okay. That, yeah, I can believe it.
But I'm willing to bet that the 7's done. Like at least as far as what they want to produce, because I mean you got to be sure about what you're making, right? You're going to produce this thing for the next 3 to 7 years.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
Maybe.
It's just interesting thinking about how something iterates on itself, where we're over here just trying to fix problems.
Yeah. All right.
Well, do you have anything exciting going on, Kryptonio? Do you have any like trips planned? I know Yoshi gets to go check out.
Miami.
Yeah, Art Basel. That'll be awesome. That should be that.
Yeah.
Boots on the ground, especially there with Tesla's Commons being there and everything. That's kind of a big deal.
Yeah. And those events, man, they are so great. There was now the Buenos Aires Art and Tezos had an event on Buenos Aires.
Mhm.
It was the DevConnect, I think. Which event
I
was
think it was
in
Dev
Buenos
Connect.
Aires?
Yes.
Yeah, and they did a bunch of side events, and one of them was Art and Tezos. They also had the Tezos Breakfast Club, and Fernando was there. Baking Libertad was there with
Libertez.
Beata, with Herman, and they had such a great time. And I'm jealous, but that's fine.
I'm always jealous, man. Getting together in person, you can't. This is awesome to be able to have conversations, to hear your voice, hear the tone and the
Oh yeah,
inflection. But
absolutely.
to see you, shake your hand, smack you on the back, and say, "Oh, that's you," you're real.
Yeah.
It changes everything.
I think my next event will be probably Tezday. I
Tezday?
don't see any other. Yeah.
You'll be up in France.
Yeah. I mean, Tezday is close to me, so it makes sense.
Well, while you're up there, figure out how to pronounce the F upgrade.
Yeah, right. Can I call it Just F? The Farfadet upgrade.
Now, are we allowed to talk about the upcoming justice thing? Can we talk about that?
I don't know. Can we?
I think we should. I think we should drop it here at least. Nobody's really talking about it. I haven't seen an announcement, and I think it's kind of our turn to drop some alpha somewhere.
Then do it.
Okay, so Justice, Etherlink, Justice. These are all pillars that will end up becoming Tezos X, right? You know, we've got Tezlink in the works. I mean, in the end, none of these names are actually going to stick. It's all going to just be Tezos X. But it's been announced that there's going to be a Justice hackathon. Let me get the details. I can't really give you the official details, but I'll tell you some deets. How's that sound? Looks like the Justice hackathon. It's an opportunity for everyone to access both Trilitech and Nomadic Labs for their first taste of Justice, which is the JavaScript runtime powered by Tezos Smart Rollups. And it's I think it starts Wednesday, November 26th is the call. But yeah, it's starting very soon. We're talking tomorrow. They're starting a Justice hackathon.
I assume, yeah, they will announce tomorrow, probably.
Yeah, when the official announcement comes out, keep your eyes peeled. Check it out. If you want to get involved, there are prizes, opportunities
If you have
to work directly with the team and tell them what needs to be fixed, if anything does, or what works well.
Yep, and if you know any JavaScript developers, it would make sense.
Which is like one of the most common languages people know. So if you feel like you want to maybe get involved, keep your eyes peeled, keep your eyes posted on the Tezos main handle. Also keep an eye peeled from us. We will push it out when the official announcement comes out, but we are super excited. Those hackathons are cool. It's fun, like just like Hello Carmelo was talking about. When you get this opportunity to mess with something in a way that maybe you didn't know was possible, and you have an opportunity to get help along the way, you can really create some cool things. And I'm really curious.
Totally. And
what the heck are you going to use JavaScript for? You know, and crypto. Like, I'm sure there's obvious ones, but I want to see the weird ones.
Yeah. Well, the main thing for me with these hackathons is that, you know, some of the teams that participate, some of the participants actually stick around, you know, and try and keep building things on the network. I don't know if people remember it, but even the Matfish team that created Temple and created Upana and created QuipuSwap and so many other products on Tezos, they basically came into Tezos through the hackathon by Tezos Ukraine back in 2019. I don't remember. But that's how they got in. And they stuck around and they made so many stuff, so many products, you know. They are still here. Now on Etherlink, I think From Friends also participated and created something. See you, New NY. I see you waving down there. Take care, man.
Take care, brother. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you.
Absolutely. From Friends also participated in the Etherlink hackathon, and now they are also creating tools and more stuff. And they just recently, you know, the grant request from the ecosystem DAO, and it seems that it was voted in. It remains to be approved on chain. So that's the main benefit for me, because most of the times the products themselves that are created on the hackathons, they don't stick around. You know, they're more of prototypes, but the teams get interested and stick around many times. Not all of them, obviously.
I have a quick question for you guys as a new to coding person. I know basically my understanding is JavaScript is just like way more people use it. But is there anything unique about like the type of apps or websites it creates? Or I mean, what is unique about JavaScript other than there's a lot of people that use it and it's very accessible? Is there anything else?
I don't know. Personally, I don't know. I'm not a developer myself, so I can't tell the difference, you know.
It's
like
got
what
native
kind of features.
browser support, which is kind of interesting. Think about that.
So basically, like you what does that
build
mean?
web pages on Tezos. You build web pages on Tezos.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's interesting for sure.
Yeah, as soon as you make that correlation, you start thinking about it a little differently. Now it's not just a financial service; it becomes almost a real cloud service.
Right. I mean, I guess like what's the cost difference in creating it on Tezos as opposed to like using whatever Amazon Cloud or something or whatever.
I guess ideally you could probably run like Node.js on it ultimately. I mean, like if
I
it
don't.
runs, like we're talking, you could run the Node JavaScript, like you could run a node on Tezos, technically, using
Right.
JavaScript.
Well, would the reason to build it on Tezos instead of Amazon would be the same reason that you would build any app on any blockchain instead of Amazon.
Right.
Like if it makes sense, right? If it makes sense, if you need some sort of, I don't know, decentralization, decentralized backend, or
Right. I mean, I
transparency
guess
or whatever.
I guess
Because,
you know,
yeah.
for a lot of people though, money is always a huge factor. Like, you know, the
Mhm.
bottom line is the bottom line, and I'm just curious. I have no idea, but if it's competitive, it seems like who knows down the line what could happen, right?
Yeah, yeah, totally. We'll see, because I also don't know exactly like if it would be make sense cost wise, to build it on the blockchain instead of Amazon because it would be cheaper. I
Right.
find it kind of hard to think that it will be cheaper on the blockchain, but it
Right.
wouldn't surprise me either. I don't know.
Who knows? Well, it'll be
Yeah.
interesting. Interesting to see what happens.
Well, I think we all kind of were in the dark on what Etherlink would do, and the people that are coming out and using it and experimenting with it at this point are not the people we were thinking of when Etherlink came about.
Totally.
So just imagine what justice is going to bring. So
Right.
this is like it's a developer workflow that mirrors standard web practices. These are things people who just jump in off the street can just get in. So this is something I think it's about accessibility, maybe.
Right. I mean, I imagine at first, because Tezos is not totally that well known in the greater world beyond blockchain aficionados, it seems like probably, I imagine a lot of the developers that are doing blockchain development probably also know JavaScript, or a lot of them do, or have worked with it. And maybe it seems like it could be a fun play. You know, is it the only blockchain JavaScript experience out there right now, potentially, or?
I have no
Um,
idea. I can dig in, but I have no
I don't
idea.
know. Anyway,
I'm so head down
we'll
here,
see.
man. I don't look around. That's bad. I need to look around more. My bad.
Oh no, man, looking around on X can be like the 6 hour distraction ever, right? I know. It's not always easy to find what you're looking for, but anyway, yes, excited about justice.
I also don't. I think there are some other blockchains that might have
Oh, a
some
bunch of
sort
them:
of
Agoric,
implementations
Hyperledger
of JavaScript.
Fabric, Arc and Lisk,
But
Ethereum.
yeah, but there is a main difference that I think most of them, if not all of them, have some sort of JavaScript implementation with languages that look like JavaScript, but they are not exactly JavaScript. Like I've been hearing Arthur, mentioning many times in interviews that you can have direct JavaScript integration, like it's the actual libraries of JavaScript and everything. You don't need new libraries and stuff like that. So there is some sort of difference there, like in that implementation.
It says Lisk, Hyperledger Fabric, Near Protocol, and Algorand all use integrative native TypeScript or JavaScript.
Yeah, I don't know.
But that's it. Nobody else is. Everybody else, they're not using it for the core protocol or the logic. Instead, it's like a bridge between the two, like a compiler.
Yeah, that was the point, that many use compilers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But here it will be the node itself, as you said, in native JavaScript. Anyway,
Well, that's really
we might,
exciting.
yeah. And I wish we were developers, all the nitty
No, I don't.
gritties.
I don't wish I, because then I wouldn't know how to talk about this stuff. I'd just be
That's
gushing about all the things that I could do, and you can't.
the tech jargon.
And all you would hear is me being really excited and saying a bunch of words you don't understand. That's not always a good thing. I will say though, there's no amount of words you could tell somebody without the passion to convince them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You need the passion, and they need to be interested to do some self digging as well. Because no matter how much you lay down in front of them, if they're not, if they don't have the will to learn and dig a little bit themselves to connect the pieces, it's hard to have an understanding of anything.
Well, let's be real, man. I mean, most people are pretty happy where they're at. And when you introduce things like this to people's world, you're shaking up that belief that they got it figured out. Not that they aren't willing to accept that they might not, but nobody wants to hear they're wrong.
Totally.
And then, of course, too, when you try to help somebody out and they didn't ask, that's just criticism, man. At least that's how it's going to appear.
Yep.
So tough. Well, we're looking at 15 past the hour. Is there anyone else that has anything they want to share? Anything they're working on? I know it's getting close to the holiday season, end of the year. It's technically the beginning of the new fiscal year, but that doesn't mean much to us normal people.
We should remind people that
No,
on Friday
don't remind them
we
anything.
do have another community called an art community call this time on Artsy Friday.
Okay, yeah, you can remind
because
them.
it's the last Friday of the month, and even so, it will be holidays for Yoshi. He will be here hosting it as always,
Nice.
and yeah.
So yeah, that's Friday. Artsy Fridays. That's our other show that we do every week. Good one. If you're into making everything artsy on a Friday, definitely swing by because it's a great space. If you want to find out, you want to hear, you want to share, please stop by. What is it? This week is your community call?
Yes, sir.
Nice. So yes, stop by Friday, and that's what? That's like it's not 8 p.m. UTC. It's like
I think
7 p.m. UTC.
Yeah,
Like an
an
hour
hour
before this
earlier.
one.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So yeah, 7 p.m. UTC on Friday. Swing by, come talk to Yosh, share what's going on. Maybe bring a bunch of technical jargon and confuse him because that would be fun.
But
Just kidding.
yeah.
Was there anything else you were thinking about going over?
Can't think of anything right now, to be honest. I think we touched on most of the stuff. We had Django last week here to talk about Stacy.
Mm-hmm.
I have an article coming out about. Oh, actually, it came out while we were in the show.
Ooh.
Yeah, about
Post it.
STXTZ. Yeah,
Pin it.
based on that. No need.
Self-promotion. Yeah. That's
Anyway.
funny.
But it was for those who missed the space last week. It's pretty interesting, about their plans on making it multi-baker setup, to decentralize it, because that's something that Skull's Army had asked me in a previous community call about, what happens when most people start interacting in the canonical rollup, and so most people will prefer to use STXTZ to still be getting the staking rewards. Wouldn't that centralize, concentrate a lot of stake in the Stacify bakery? And apparently, as Django revealed to us, they are planning to make it multi-baker setup. So many bakers stake parts of that pool or something. I don't know how exactly they're gonna do it, but that way it will stay. It will keep the stake broken apart and not concentrated into one bakery.
Now, Kryptonio, is there talk of an L1 native version of this that will actually exist potentially?
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I am sure the core devs would have thought about it as well, since that would be even before Stacify showed up.
Mm-hmm.
It must have occurred to them as a thought that what's going to happen. When an LST, a liquid stake,
Every
10
time you say
shows
that,
up.
it just makes me cringe, and it's so funny that it's becoming mainstream. You know,
It is mainstream in the Ethereum world with
we're
Lido
saying
and
liquid
everything.
staking derivative, not lysergic acid diethylamide. Just so we're clear.
Yeah. LST, liquid staking token, I think is what they call them. on
Liquid
Ethereum.
staking derivative.
No, that's LSD, bro. No.
Yeah, LSD. Just like lysergic acid diethylamide, 25.
Yeah. Would be cooler.
Oh yeah, well, if we can get a token version of a liquid staking derivative, like the 25th version, it better be trippy. That's all I have to say.
Anyway.
Sorry, little Albert Hoffman throwback. If you know what I'm talking about, good for you.
But yeah, I suppose that's all. Oh, quick mention that Tezos Agora, if you guys are checking the proposal period for Tallinn, they are working on, because it's a little bit out of science in terms of votes, but they are working on fixing that. Because we mentioned Tallinn. That's all.
That's it then?
Yes, sir. Do
You
you
said
have
you only had
anything
one
else?
thing and you brought up like 4. That was pretty impressive.
Yeah, see how my mind works.
You're good, man. That's why I said you had one more at least. No, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Well, last chance. I'll go ahead and throw it out there one last time. If anyone else has anything else they want to say, this is your forever hold your peace. No, I'm kidding. We do these every couple of weeks. These things are a community call we love to do. You guys are what it's all about. But I'm guessing that I think we have reached probably the end of this arc for this week. Yeah, I think so. That would probably wrap things up for today's call. Well, thank you to everyone who spoke, asked questions, or just hung out and listened. These sessions always land better when the room brings its own mix of updates and ideas, so we appreciate everyone who took the time today. Before we close out, make sure you're following Tezos Commons so you don't miss next week's space or any of the articles and project spotlights they post during the week. And since we're already in a new month, starting here next week, make sure you get your community reward program nominations in for this month. If someone helped you, taught you something, or showed up in a way that made your corner of Tezos better, take a minute and submit their name. We'll be back next Tuesday. But until then, stay curious, stay connected, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks for joining.